Hey everybody, Unstable Gamer here, and welcome back to Marvel Future Revolution. We've got Twitter Blast number 8. We've got 2 weeks to go through. We'll talk about that in just a second, but a ton of stuff to talk about. But first, before we do, if you're just now finding this channel, you want to stay up to date with everything Marvel Future Revolution, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out. All right, and welcome back. Couple quick reminders, all the links to my social media are in the description below, so definitely check that out. I will be adding a Marvel Future Revolution to my Discord. I'll add channels and stuff there, so keep an eye out for that. Also, if you're watching this on my main channel, my second channel here is focused strictly on Marvel Future Revolution. You'll find a link in the description below, as well as at the top of my main channel. All right, so Twitter Blast number 8. I didn't put one out last week because, as you may know, this game went into soft launch last week. Or actually a little over a week ago, and there's been so much to do. So I spent the time getting familiar with the game. I'm level 100 if you haven't seen that yet, focusing on some alt characters, really kind of getting a good lay of the land and understanding more about the game. So Twitter Blasts are going to change just a little bit. We're going to focus strictly on Danny Koo's Twitter page here, and then I'm going to be able to give some of my own feedback on some of the stuff that's coming out to add a little bit more context as well. So the reason why we're focusing on Danny's is because his Twitter has everything that the Marvel Future Revolution official Twitter has. So plus he adds some of his own flavor as well. All right, so where did we leave off? We got a ton of stuff here. So where did we leave off? We left off right here. I believe it was on the 25th. We had this spotlight right here. There's a bunch of videos here. We're not going to be watching all the videos. Let me go ahead and mute that here. But we did see this. That was the last thing we saw. Then we started getting into a countdown of when we were going to get up to the Marvel Live. We saw this here. Danny was asking for some questions for Marvel Live. Then they started counting it down. We had the Korean showcase first, and then we had the Marvel Live showcase. So a lot of good stuff here. If you don't know Danny, that's who he is right here. He is the director of Marvel Games. Amazing guy, really cool guy, and really cares about the feedback and everything that we provide. So he's done a great job. So let's see. We've got a bunch of these videos. A bunch of these videos here are what came from the Marvel Live broadcast that came out. You can watch that on their official Twitter. But a lot of these videos, all these videos are from that. So you can go ahead and take a look at that right there. We go ahead and we take a look at the, he talks about the 8 playable characters, the new Stark City costumes right here if you want to kind of see what they all look like. We've got over 400 million costume combinations. So there's a bunch of different costumes in the game. You've got different region costumes, different costumes from different eras of Marvel Comics, but you can mix and match all of them as well. You don't always have to go with a set costume. So that's kind of where we get over 400 million costume combination. There's so much in the game. And I think a lot of this game is not just going through the story. The story is amazing, but it's also the collection aspect of it. There's so much to collect. Cards to collect. You've got, that give you stats. You've got costumes to collect. And the cool thing is you don't have to keep everything in your inventory. If you've owned that costume at one point, at least, in your inventory, it doesn't matter if you've gotten rid of it, if you've dismantled it, then you're able to use that for the transmog. Those of you familiar with transmog, you keep the stats of the armor that you currently have on, but you can make it look like whatever you want. Anything that's obviously available in the game and that you've had at one point in your inventory. All right, next we start going into the 4-player Blitz Mode. So Blitz Mode is a 4-player PvE boss fight featuring iconic supervillains. You can see that here. That's a lot of fun too. You go in with 4 players. You've got a number of different blitzes. It starts off at level 20 and goes all the way up to level 100, and they get obviously progressively more difficult. This is the primary way for you to earn badges. Badges are a way to further equip and enhance your characters with different stats. So you can do that as well, which is very, very cool. Jumpstart your alliance for those want to venture into PvP and show who's boss. Dive into 10v10. Omegawar 10v10. It's been a little lopsided because obviously it's a soft launch. This is Canada only right now and only available on Android. Obviously there's other people who've been able to gain access to it as well. But so it's a little lopsided sometimes. Sometimes it's a full 10v10, sometimes not. But it is chaotic. You go in there and it is just full-blown chaos in there, and you're dodging, you're rushing in, you're pulling all the way back so you can go ahead and fire. You're trying to support your team as much as possible. Everybody goes everywhere. It's a lot of fun. It's super chaotic. If you like PvP, if you like these massive mosh pit battles, I think you're going to have a lot of fun with that. And then we go into Dark Zone. So 50 players, free for all, PvE, PvP, combat combined, called the Dark Zone. This is not available until the end of the game. You have to at least be minimum level 99, and you have to complete the story quests. Once you complete the story quests, it's going to take you into a tutorial of what the Dark Zone is. This is your high-level area where you continue to progress in the game and get high-level loot. This is our end-game content, other than being able to go through PvE and PvP stuff. This is the only real endgame content that is currently there. Obviously, we're going to continue to see that grow. But it's very difficult. It is very difficult. It is very hard. It's best to go in with a team. However, it's PvE and PvP. So you got PvE bosses in there that you're going to fight. There's mobs and everything, but you also are fighting off other players as well. So, yeah, it's crazy. Next, Captain America gameplay trailer. Here, you can go ahead and go take a look at it if you haven't seen it. Highlights from the media showcase, something to definitely take a look at as well. And then we got Captain Marvel costume gallery there. If you've not seen all the different costumes here, you can obviously go to their channel. You can see the different costumes. Got some pretty cool stuff here. I like this costume for her. It looks really, really cool. All right, Danny is promoting Wolverthor. Wolverthor makes content for this game as well, so pretty cool that he does that. He's done that for me and other content creators as well, just kind of saying, hey, there's some cool people out here making content. You might want to check them out. Malekith. All right, this dude is a boss battle. He's one of two, actually, and not just one of two in the game is what I'm talking about, but you will get into the story where you fight one boss, and then you have to fight another boss, a second boss, immediately after. He's kind of a pain, but again, if you've not seen any of my tips and stuff, I just put some videos out on that. The boss battles are pretty much the same. You watch for the telegraphs on the ground. Anything that's colored on the ground, make sure you stay away from. Dodge a lot so you can get that invincibility. Remember, you only have 3 dodges. It does take time to refresh, so make sure you time them appropriately. But once you get familiar with the different patterns and stuff, it's really not too bad. Magneto. Magneto here, very cool, villain spotlight. He's not somebody you're going to see in the main storyline. He's somebody you're going to see if you start with Storm. So I do have a Storm intro video coming out, and you're going to see that there. Very cool. It was a cool storyline, and the intros really are to show you kind of what their little starting area is and kind of their story as it begins and how they end up in Omega Flight. It's pretty fun. I enjoy it. Downey says that Magneto graces his presence in Marvel Future Revolution with his attractive personality. You want more surprise? Expect one in an hour. And in an hour, we got this. So this is cool. There's a figurine that's coming out pretty soon, Gamerverse. That looks really cool. Official Marvel Future Revolution one. I want one. I want one. I don't know where to get one yet. Well, yeah, it does. It tells me here, Gamerverse. Anyway, pretty cool stuff there. Surprise, this gorgeous 1/6 scale diorama of Magneto coming from Premium Collectibles Studio. So you can see the information there. All right, we also have this. This was pretty cool. So Developer Dispatch, Episode 1. It's on their main channel. You can click the link here. It gives a behind the scenes on costumes, and you're going to see more and more of these videos coming out, kind of giving us, from a dev perspective, kind of what's going on, what it took to get into the game, to build the game and bring it to life, so to speak. And it's cool. There's some cool stuff in there, so I definitely highly suggest you go ahead and take a look at that, especially if you're interested in the game, if you're currently playing the game. I love seeing kind of the behind the scenes stuff to see how much work and effort is actually put into it, because these guys, they've got passion for the game. They've got passion for Marvel. And it's really cool to see that and see what they've done in this game. And you can tell they set off to create a AAA title on mobile. And I fully believe that they did that. It's an amazing game. I love the story. Mark Sumerak crafted an amazing story. Danny Koo and the developers and everybody else involved created great music and art. It just really immerses you in this whole world. And I've really, truly enjoyed it. I'm past the honeymoon period now. I can see some flaws and stuff in the game. We'll talk about that stuff in a different video. There are some flaws. It's not 100% perfect. Nothing is going to be, but it's in soft launch right now. You can continue. You can guarantee that this game is going to continue to evolve. And may sound like a fanboy. I'm sorry, but I do. I love the game, and I'm gonna keep playing it. All right, next 4-player raid mode against legendary Fenris Wolf right here. So Fenris is a boss battle in the game as well. Raids really are. I haven't been through all of them yet. However, basically what they are is they take a boss battle that's in the story content, and they allow you to go in and fight them with friends. So 4 players going up against a boss. This is also something that you need for something called specialization in the game, which is more kind of an end game progression system, which is pretty cool. One thing I don't like is you can only do it once a day. So it takes forever. So hopefully that's something that changes. But these raids are a lot of fun. They're very short. A lot of this stuff is very short. It's mobile. All right, next, what do we have? That is it. Wow. 2 weeks worth of stuff went very quick. So I will have a link to the official Discord as well as the unofficial Discord in the description below. Definitely check both of them out. Great community of people on both Discords. Very interested in your thoughts on this game. Are you playing it? Let us know in the comment description and in the comment section below. What are your thoughts? If you're not playing this game yet and you're waiting for global, very interested in what other kinds of things would you like to know about this game, and what are your impressions so far? All right, everybody. As always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.